Communication is more than words. It's tone, gesture, silence, and emotion, all shaped by the culture we live in. When people from different backgrounds communicate, they bring their own habits, traditions, and expectations into the conversation. That's where cross-cultural communication begins. The art of connecting with others beyond language, geography, and customs. Learning English is not only about grammar or vocabulary. It's also about understanding how meaning changes across cultures. For example, when an American says, "Let's get together sometime," it may be a friendly goodbye, not an actual plan. In contrast, in some Asian cultures, such a statement might be taken as a real invitation. Small differences like this can cause big misunderstandings. That's why cultural awareness is just as important as language accuracy. English has become the world's bridge language, used by people from thousands of different backgrounds. In a business meeting, classroom, or online chat, we often talk to someone whose first language isn't English either. This means success in communication depends not only on words, but also on respect, patience, and empathy. When learners practice English, they should also practice observation, noticing how tone, gestures, and social rules differ between cultures. Cultural values often shape communication styles. Western cultures tend to value directness, saying exactly what they mean. In contrast, many Eastern cultures prefer indirect communication, using politeness or suggestion to maintain harmony. Understanding these differences helps avoid conflict. For instance, in Japan, a yes might sometimes mean "I understand," not "I agree." Meanwhile, in the U.S., disagreement can be expressed openly without offense. At the heart of cross-cultural communication is respect. Every culture has invisible rules about how to show respect, through titles, tone, or even eye contact. In English-speaking cultures, calling someone by their first name may feel friendly and open. But in other places, such as South Korea or Germany, titles like Mr., Ms., or Doctor are expected, especially in formal settings. Recognizing these small details shows cultural intelligence, the ability to adapt communication to different social norms. English learners can develop this skill by paying attention to context. When talking with someone older or in a professional setting, polite phrases like, "Would you mind?" or "Could I please?" sound more respectful than direct commands. Tone also matters. Speaking too fast or too loudly can seem impolite in some cultures. Learning how to adjust speech rhythm, body language, and level of formality builds stronger, more positive interactions. Nonverbal communication also varies widely across cultures. A nod might mean yes in many places, but no in some parts of Greece or Bulgaria. In English-speaking countries, maintaining eye contact shows confidence and honesty, but in others, it can feel uncomfortable or disrespectful. By being observant, English learners can navigate these subtle cues and respond appropriately. Technology has made cross-cultural communication part of daily life. Students study with teachers abroad. Professionals collaborate across time zones, and friends connect through social media. Yet, digital communication removes many nonverbal cues, which can lead to misunderstandings. A short message that seems neutral to one person may sound rude to another. Using clear language, friendly tone, and small gestures of kindness, such as greetings or gratitude, can make a big difference online. As the world becomes more connected, English acts as the common thread linking people, businesses, and cultures. But using English effectively in international settings requires more than fluency. It requires cultural awareness, the ability to express ideas clearly while respecting others' traditions is what turns an English learner into a true global communicator. Cross-cultural communication in English is especially important in international workplaces. A multicultural team may share one language but not the same assumptions. Some team members prefer detailed instructions, while others value independence. A polite request in one culture may sound too soft or uncertain in another. By learning phrases that balance clarity and courtesy, English learners can communicate effectively across these differences. For example, instead of saying "you're wrong," a more culturally sensitive phrase might be, "I see your point, but I have a different perspective." This simple adjustment keeps communication respectful and productive. Similarly, using neutral expressions such as "let's consider another option" avoids conflict and encourages collaboration.